am back with another one. Okay, so said I was gonna upload all these videos for y'all, but it's gonna take me forever. I use up all the space on my phone. I don't feel like going through all that, although I probably won't be able to use my phone anyway. I don't feel like going through all of that, so I'm just gonna go through. Just gonna go through. Look, y'all. It says from May 15th, but it's so funny. This was actually a time I came to Vegas and I enjoyed it. Completely different experience with this Vegas trip here. Completely different. So anyway. Yeah, completely different. This time here has been crazy. What is this? I was Googling Slow Dagger. Says it provides signals intelligence Slow Dagger capability. Wait a minute, y'all. Environments. That's something else. It says it interconnects the warfighter and the sensor to find a fixed high value target and provide a network enabled interoperable construct allowing continual unimpeded sharing of intelligence, data, information, and services with the SOF and between the services, other national intelligence agencies, combatant commands, and multinational partners. It connects the SOF warfighter with. Okay, so that was what I was reading when I Googled Slow Dagger. I found this. Says from the Department of Defense. Says it interconnects the warfare. So y'all, when I typed in Slow Dagger, it looked like they stopped springing. Why didn't I go ahead? Because the fake was so. I was so irritated yesterday, y'all. Probably let y'all see some of them videos too with me going on rants because, yeah, was pissed. I sat in the car all day yesterday, didn't use the bathroom, didn't eat anything. Was barely able to use it today. People are so funny active. So let me see where I want to start it. First of all, let me do this. Let me do this. So you see right there, that's the government's version of the silent dagger. It says it provides signals, intelligence, exploitation capability in both garrison and deployed environments. Silent dagger, communicate kits. Communication kits, very. So that's just them going into what that is. I'm trying to do that. Okay, so this one here is run by someone. It goes into a little bit more detail than what the other thing says. That's actually from the government, of course. But this is, yesterday in my research, I discovered a Masonic code phrase that very accurately describes what I was experiencing in part two of my personal experiences, which I am currently writing. I remember my primary trauma-based based mind control handler telling me two of these phrases before. Says this is an organized, highly coordinated, and highly secretive system of program of harassment and manipulation that is known as the Masonic silent dagger. It is also referred to as a slow dagger or the white glove treatment. I felt its effects firsthand across the span of many years. It is a twisted combination of gang stalking, gaslighting, street theater, and possibly electronic harassment, more likely if the government or military is involved because they have much deeper pockets and opportunities for cover. So these are secret societies or military people who are doing this. But it says it's much more likely that the government or military is involved in doing this when the electronic harassment occurs as well, which means like your internet bullies. It's almost like your internet trolls, but this is slightly different from just your regular bots coming on saying things on your page. This is people knowing everything about you, everything that's ever taken place in your life, everything you've ever done in your life. And this is them taking that and using that against you and populating things over the internet regarding those things that may have taken place with you over time. So let's say maybe you were assaulted at some point by a certain person who looks a certain way. They'll make sure, like, they'll be repeating that online. Say I click on something like this, I'm just turning my phone back on. This picture right here may be something regarding a sexual attack, and it could be somebody who looks just like the person that it happened to you with. So it's stuff like that. And so you'll be scrolling through online on the internet, like we do. We like to scroll, and you'll be scrolling through, and what you'll see is all these things that are directly relating to you and things in your life. So that's what they mean by the electronic harassment. Radio. Turn on things like the radio. Certain songs would play, certain commercials would play hinting to you about certain traumatic things that have happened in your life. That's electronic harassment. It's different from your regular bots. The electronic harassment is people that it seems like people know you personally and they get into the electronics, whatever that is, TV, radio, phones. And so you're constantly looking at things that's bringing down your vibration because it's like you're constantly reliving the past or whatever it is that they want you to constantly be looking at, whatever it is. And so, yeah, that is pretty much what I've been telling y'all about, that I've been experiencing. And if it wasn't for this kind of breaking it down and giving it a name, me just saying it would kind of sound crazy. Me just saying it would sound like you losing your damn mind, to be honest with you. And that's the whole purpose, for it to sound like you're losing your mind. So, goes on down at the bottom, scroll down at the end, that says it's maddening to experience, especially when coupled with TBMC. I believe this is precisely the perpetuator's goal, to drive the targeted individual, TI, insane, to suicide, or to commit acts that will lead them to incarceration or commitment in a mental facility. So it says, imagine having 420 strangers randomly showing up wherever you go, talking about your job, your apartment number, where you grew up. Again, these are personal things that no one should know, but that's part of the gang stock, and that's what you get. You people like that. So yeah, imagine people, just random people just showing up in places where you are just all the time, seem to be watching you. That's the gang stalking. It says imagine having, okay, yeah, talking about your job, your apartment, wherever you grew up. Things that truly random strangers would have no chance of knowing. Again, this is the personal things that I was telling you about. It says this could potentially result in a psychotic break or even death, which is seems like what they try to do, drive you crazy. And so if you don't have an extreme amount of self-control, then it's going to get to you real easy. It says another scary thing is that today's GPS is equipped smartphones. These harassment groups could conceivably number in hundreds, like a flash mob. So through the use of these devices, they're able to continuously stalk and harass you. It says most cults will use similar tactics if someone tries to escape. The Scientologists have fair game. The Mormon Church and Jehovah's Witness have disfellowship. And I experienced the Mormons version of for years as a child and as an adult. Wow, I didn't read that part, y'all. Some really good tips on blocking this silent dagger. And there's a link right there. It says, I myself discovered that two of the best weapons to fight back will always carry a camera and a digital voice recorder. Carry a cell phone. Make sure you record everything, which is what I've been doing for well over a year now. Well over a year now. Recording everything, which is what I'm going, what I'm scrolling through now and showing y'all, because I was going to make a whole page for this, but yeah, it's going to take too long. My cell phone is going to be cut off tomorrow, so that's going to disconnect me from even more stuff. And so I'm in kind of a rush to get all of this out. before they disconnect me from everything. Because I've been telling y'all, I've been sleeping in my car for the past 2 weeks, stuck in Vegas up here. Nobody's helping. Seem like everybody in on it. Everybody doing things to make it worse. So yeah. So I'm just gonna scroll through here and let y'all keep getting this stuff. I'm trying to hold this phone a certain direction so you can actually see the other phone and not the glare, but what's actually in the phone. Which is funny because so I was just saying. It's me walking and trying to use the restroom, y'all. The first time I went into Smith's, the grocery store, to try to use the restroom, the lady, I was in a self checkout. I just purchased my 2 bananas, y'all, because that's all I can afford to eat today. Let me show y'all this. Look, y'all. I don't know if y'all can see it. Can't see it. When you know that the restaurant. Anyway. That says restaurant. 36 cents, 2 bananas. That's my lunch today. For the customers, but they have lots of it. Because this is all the money I have left. So I'm going to go up here. So anyway, went in to use the restroom. The first time the lady told me it was being clean. That was at 6 o'clock this morning when the store first opened. She immediately told me it was being clean. I asked her where it was, and her response is it's being clean. I waited 2 hours later and went in, only to see that it clearly wasn't being cleaned. But I went this time instead of asking her, I was like, let me just go and find the restroom. And so I went and found it, and it had a lock on it. And so I had to come back to the front and ask the other employees there to unlock the restroom door. And I finally got a chance to use it, and it wasn't being clean this morning, like she said. Didn't appear to be anyway. So yeah, this is a struggle I have often. Trying to find a place to use the restroom. The bathroom was locked, y'all, and I think they were standing in the front waiting for me to come and ask them to use them. Oh, somebody was in here. Yeah, somebody was in the restroom anyway. An employee, because it's locked and it's locked with a code. So only an employee could have gotten it after I walked away from it. But you can see little pieces of like little tissue pieces on the floor. From where people used the restroom, and the tissue broke. That was still on the floor. The sink was kind of dirty. When you wash your hands, I had to open the sanitary container that still had stuff in it. So yeah, no, wasn't being clean. But they eventually let me use it anyway after. Located the restroom. So it's 8:08 right now. Come in with a camera on or something. I wouldn't be surprised if there were I got a closer look at her. I should have recorded her when she came back this time. I don't even know if the phone got her. No. Pause it for a second. Just tell you, I am GameStop often. Excuse my ash on my hands, but considering the situation, my circumstances, I think it's okay. So yeah, I'm always surrounded by people who are watching me. These are the gang stalkers. They come all different kind of people, all different nationalities. The latest one was being pretty much seemed like a lot of Spanish people that's really jumped in on this thing. This last round of people, all Hispanic. So you'll see me showing a lot of vehicles where I've kind of parked in places where I've purposely tried to get away from people, from things, to avoid these situations that occur regularly. And you would notice no matter where I go, no matter where I am, there's always somebody who finds me there. And they purposely sit there and they purposely do things to make you react, to cause you to want to say something. Like if I'm purposely trying to avoid people and people are purposely finding you and being right there with you on purpose for no reason, it can get aggravating because it's like they purposely try to give you exactly what you don't want because the whole thing is to make you spaz out, which they've gotten pretty damn close to it. I'm not even going to tell you no lie. They've gotten pretty close to it several times. Like I've been pissed to the max and had to come back here and just sit in my car and just go until I calm myself. So yeah, they will get you. Tell you you have to have the max self-control in order to deal with this. Because if they're not making it seem like someone is chasing you, they're doing things purposely to just harass you and just make you respond in a certain way. So that just like you just read, you can either be locked up, go to jail, or put in some type of mental institution because you've lost your mind. And think about over the years all these people who have seemingly lost their mind and did certain things. So yeah, I'm gonna turn my volume back up. I just wanted to show you that a lot of times you're gonna see a lot of these cars like this. These these are the gang stalkers. I got a closer look at her. I should have recorded her when she came back this time. I don't even know if the phone got her last. Because at this point, you know that's what it is. A weak ass attempt. With them trying to make me uncomfortable. But the funny part about it is, I've been uncomfortable since the very first day I got here. In them people Airbnb I was in, I was uncomfortable there around all them folks that look like the same people who be fucking harassing me and the people who seem to want to know too much about your business, all in your car and shit. The Corey and Chris, whatever the twin name was. My Airbnb when I first got here. Inside the Airbnb was everything that I said was harassing and stalking me, y'all. Everything that I previously said, all the tags and stuff, the Florida tags, no, it wasn't Florida this time. It was Texas. It was California. It was government tags. Those three. I pull up there, and that's exactly what's there in the Airbnb with me. But not only that, there is some type of mental health person that comes later on. I don't know. I think he was a Hispanic guy. And I know, he stayed in the Airbnb for a while. And I noticed him would come out in the mornings and he would be about to go and he would be loading these little baggies in the back seat of his trunk. And so I Googled the name on the bag one day just to see what it said. And it was this mental health thing, which made sense because, yeah, all stuff. I feel like you'll see. You'll see. I'm just going to keep going. What accent that was? So everything, a lot of the stuff that was harassing me, I got met with at the Airbnb when I first got here, when I first arrived in Vegas. They get paid, but not enough to be real bold. Let me just turn it down real quick and say, military vets. I was surrounded with them in Georgia. When I got here in Vegas, the first 2 hotels I checked in before I went to the Airbnb, I was checking in with nothing but military people. So it went from the military vets surrounding me at home to the actual, looked like they were still enlisted military people being in the hotels that I was checking in. And then when I got out of the hotels and went to the Airbnb, that was government people. Texas, who's always surrounding me. Y'all gonna see they tags a lot. In California. So, yeah, I'm gonna keep going. Yeah, now here comes this little young girl right here. I'm gonna show her face when she come back around to the car. She parked in the middle of the parking lot. See how she parked way over here? Smith. That's the type of shit they do. She and then walk way over there to the gas station. To the gas station. Now when she come back, I'm gonna make sure I get her face good on the camera. Cause yes, she's gonna go on my page. And so that's exactly what I did. Waited for her to come back, y'all, so I can show y'all her face. But when she came back, I was just kind of messing around in the trunk. But she came back and she was so nervous about me being outside of the car. She didn't even come to the driver's side of the car, y'all. She went over to the passenger side, immediately stuck the one drink that she bought in the passenger side back seat, then pretended to be on the cell phone and was like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm coming. And then walked across way to the other side of the parking lot like she was going to something over there, like she was meeting somebody over there. That's how much she was thrown off. So she pulled up to do what she was doing, which was trying to harass me. But she got scared in the middle of doing it. She wasn't expecting me to react, which was so funny to me. She was not expecting me to react. Her even seeing me get out my car, which I was just at my trunk. But her even seeing me out of my car, immediately, she went to the passenger side of her truck, dropped the drink in, and then pretended to be on the phone with somebody. And pretended to go and meet the person she was on the phone with. Eventually, she came back from across the parking lot by herself. Got back in the truck she came in, reached in the back seat and grabbed that drink, that one drink that she went over there and purchased, and then pulled off. Whole little scenario didn't even have to be. It's like she pulled up to harass me, but she got nervous in it. She wasn't expecting me to respond. Back of my leg in case I have to foot somebody. So you have to be wise. Was doing some underhanded stuff, but since I've been sitting here, I feel like all the little young kids come walking across here. I don't know. It was me when I pulled in a different parking space. Pulled in a different parking space to try to avoid certain things. And I'm going backwards, y'all. So what you seen first occurred. That was actually the last things that occurred. Me steady scrolling back. These were, it's like going backwards. Park right by me. 57 CW. He took his little time, creeped on through the parking lot, went down that way, turned around in the parking lot, and came all the way just to park back behind me. So we gonna make him now. He done made the Hall of Fame. Little bandana back here. Looked like a Spanish guy back here. The white bandana on. Let me see what his tag said. Spanish guy with the white bandana, just like I explained. Let's see what his tag Funny say. Thing about him, because they real bold around this bitch. Him trying to harass is that, like, literally a few seconds after him parking right there behind me and looking over at me like he was doing, some cars pulled into the parking lot as I was talking about him harassing. And they made a few moves in the parking lot and it had him looking. And I think it made him nervous. Just like old girl got nervous. They don't expect you to react. They don't expect you to have people in your corner, which hell, to my knowledge, I don't. But whatever that was that happened, whoever that was pulled in after he parked made a little noise in the parking lot. And it had him looking. I noticed I was watching him and he was looking side to side like he was nervous. His head kept moving side to side like he was watching them move around him. And then eventually he just took off. So he pulled up to harass me, but he got scared and took off. Spanish guy, white bandana. Shortly after that, though, during the night, there was a whole bunch of chaos after that. I noticed when he left shortly, there was a whole lot of Spanish people driving around. Whole lot of Spanish people driving around. They had got all in their cars. They was coming in twos, sets of twos, all of them, just driving through the parking lot, driving up and down the street in sets of twos, the Hispanic people. 2 cars, because some of the cars had more than one person in it. Some of the cars had 2 people in it, but it was 2 sets of cars all the time after that, once he pulled off. So I guess he pulled off after he got scared and he went and got the crew. Because the next couple of hours, all I seen was a bunch of them up and down the street, a bunch of different kind of cars moving. And you know, they have noise. They have cars. A lot of their cars make noise. They like the noisy cars, noisy trucks, the little cars that's noisy. And so, yeah, after he got paranoid and pulled off, it was a bunch of chaos in the parking lot, on the street, and they was coming in twos, groups of 2. Now he's scared because people coming through the parking lot looking at his ass. I don't know what they looking for, but they looking at him. And now he paranoid. Isn't that funny? Look how this one just came and found me, y'all, just perfectly. And I wish this tablet actually showed you better, because he was in the window. You can't see it through the tablet. So you get a good look at who he is back there, because I have no idea. I'm going to save all my videos anyway. What I'm going to do is I'm not going to get rid of them. I just want y'all to see them all. I'll stay right here in the spot that I'm in. I'm just going to stay right here. You can get that much gas anyway. Y'all can see me saying I'm just going to turn my lights off and stay right here in the spot. And then, look how this one just came and found me. And then this happened afterwards. What I'm going to do is, so y'all see these moving and storage people right here? Okay, so let me tell you about these people, California mover people. That spot right there. So I was sitting down there in that spot where they're in, parked, and they were to my right. And I kept feeling weird. Y'all know from this channel, I'm very intuitive. I pick up on stuff. So I kept feeling like I was being watched, only to look up and see them parked in the corner. So I moved around. I think I went into the store at the time. I may have warmed up some noodles or something I had. And it's so funny because I just put up this little, you see my little blanket right here? It's a towel. I put it up, but I just put it up on this one little piece right here. So you can still see straight through the back door, straight through the back window. But the person who was directly over here on this side of me, like I blocked them out from right there in that spot where they were. Only to look up and look out the back window and see this truck right here sitting right in my, like right in the space where they look. So I'm gonna turn it down and explain to you what I was saying. Originally when I parked here, like I said, I was, you can feel somebody watching you. And so I felt someone watching me. I look up and it was a car originally. So what I did was I took a blanket. I covered this back window right here. I took something and I stuck it up there and I covered the back window, which I felt like they were watching me through. Here, you looking straight ahead, they can see. So I covered this back window. Only to a few minutes later, I looked down at the phone, only a few minutes later to look up. And the person had moved from right here where they was looking straight through my back window. I could feel it. I can feel somebody watching me. That's why I put it right there. And then a few minutes later, I look up and they move from right there. But I only noticed when I look at this window now, there was that big white truck, those California movers sitting right there. So I'm like, okay. This one person moved after I covered that spot up. They went on about their business. And then it's like only to switch places with somebody who I felt like was still kind of watching me right there. So I'm looking at them, the movers in the truck, like, okay, this is a little game that they playing. Y'all gonna notice a lot of these videos, they play a lot of games like this. Man, it's gonna be a long video, y'all. I'm sorry. Take a break, come back, watch it. Share it, please. Yeah. So what I did after I covered that up and then noticed they moved and a white truck was right there, what I did was I moved around. I'm like, okay, let me just move from right here over in the corner right here. Because clearly they playing with me. I think I went in a store, I bought a Sprite or something. Or I may have warmed up my noodles. Came back out, parked down there at that end. Park right there, look up, and you know what I noticed as I'm parking right there? That's what I noticed. The California movers in the same spot now that I was in. So before, I was sitting in that spot. Before I was sitting down in that spot you can see them sitting in at the end of the parking lot. After I moved, they came down to this spot right at the end of the parking lot. The same spot I was in, they came to. And so, yeah, I was just watching them. Eventually, they got out the truck and kind of opened it and kind of moved some stuff around and then closed it back and then pulled off. So, yeah, that was them. Down there forever too. I have no idea who this is in the parking lot, but they've been sitting down there as long as I've been sitting down here. So whoever that is evidently pulls up daily and sit right there, because I've noticed for the last few days I've been here, that person come and sit right there. I don't know what they be doing, but they pull up right there. And they sit there for a while and then they pull off. So I don't know who that is. But they were here this morning too. Oh, sorry about my language, y'all. I be pissed off. I really be pissed off. Let me turn the volume down because I be pissed sometimes. And this was one of the moments I was pissed because I dealt with so much that day and it seemed like they just kept constantly coming. So this person was actually on feet. What I noticed is the whole time I'm sitting here, they're constantly walking by my car. You'll notice me mention that when I'm in other parking lots too. The fact that the whole parking lot will be empty and they'll walk so close up to your car, they be damn near bumping into it. One person actually did hit my car with his phone while he was walking by. That's how close they get up on your car when they walking by. Again, this is to make you say something. It's for you to say something, for you to react. And so I deal with this all day long. People like purposely walking up close enough to your car where if I open my car door, I hit him with it. And he was one of the people sitting in the parking lot. Here he come, walked so close up to my car, and it just pissed me off. That was just like one of the last straws. I was like, look at this one. Before I can get my phone open and record, he was walking so fast, he was already gone. So I just wanted y'all to see him. I had to get out and go and kind of just show. I don't know. He looked like he was some form of Asian. I don't know. Chinese, Japanese, Vietnamese, Korean. I don't know. He looked like he was one of them. But one of those ones that just walked so close up to my car. It pissed me off. And he just so happened to be walking up the parking lot when I finally got my cell phone on to record him. Well, that's me zooming into tags. So that was probably either a Florida tag or a Texas tag, which is what I have a lot of following me here in Vegas. Now, they were at home in Georgia too, but they are now here in Vegas all of a sudden. And I was just asking myself the other day, I was thinking about, with it being so many people that came that was following me here, are they still here now? Are they in different vehicles now? Because hell, they could have dropped those cars off and got in something else, and it could be completely different people in these vehicles now. But the way they all surrounded me still makes me question that. So yeah, when you see me zoom in on tags, that's because it's one of the tags that's been following me since Georgia. And you're going to hear me mention them tags. There was several different ones following me. Texas, Florida, the paper tags. It's so many paper tags, y'all. It was paper tags all year long. Speaking of Florida, that's Florida pulling off right there. Paper tag just drove by me, said New York. But I had so many paper tags around me for the whole year. I just kept telling myself it's way past income tax time, or at some points we hadn't even got to income tax time. Why is it so many vehicles out here look like they're just being purchased with paper tags on them? So I was getting a lot of that at home in Georgia. When I say at home, paper tag vehicles, a lot of like car dealership tags, Florida, Texas, Tennessee, and military vets. Yeah. Yeah, 4414. Yeah. 4414. So yeah. Something just 4414, and I'm still gonna skip through some of these videos. That's not. This is gonna be a really long one, y'all. This is gonna be real long. Telling y'all, I've been violated in so many ways, so many different ways, by so many different people. It's ridiculous. And now I'm just stuck here, sitting on the side of the curb, just waiting to see when the next thing is gonna occur. But y'all know when I talk about it, the more I talk about stuff, the more they try to throw you off from it. So with me talking about it like this right now, it may die down a little bit, or hell, it may not, because you know what? They know things, and I'm sure they know my cell phone is going to be cut off after today. So who knows? I don't know. We're going to see. We're going to see. And just figure out where I was again. Facebook, Instagram, it's just me showing you how my wrists look. So you could be significant to some of you all. Yeah, noise harassment campaign, interference with traffic lights. So whoever you are, I do see you. I feel like you're being gassed up, okay? I don't know why I'm severely dehydrated like that. I don't know why my skin is peeling like it is. I don't know why. These cars. Those were some ones over from another parking lot that I was in that parked behind me, and they're big old trucks behind me, and then walked to somewhere way. They park over here. I have no idea where they walked to. That's how far they walked away. They rounded that building and went on about their business and came back with a couple of drinks. I don't know, maybe it wasn't them with the drinks. Don't you gotta love the way these cars? But this motherfucker, I don't know them fair till it got to the basics. Maybe they panicking. Y'all coming back. They look at you. Then they hug each other and leave. But they stand out there for another, look like 10 minutes talking after they hugged each other to leave. They did one of those things y'all know like women do. Didn't they hug like 5 minutes ago, y'all? Yeah. So then, nice big trucks parked beside me or behind me, but they walked, looked like a mile to get where they was going. Half a mile across the parking lot to get to wherever they was going, around the building the other way. Got more visitors now. Because that's what you have to do. You have to play it off like you're not harassing, so you actually have to go and do something. You gotta look like you're doing something. The ones who care to pretend like they're not harassing, because there's some that don't care, like the Spanish guy. It's some you're gonna see just like that. They don't care. They want you to know exactly what they're doing. Y'all gonna notice that one pass by in a whole lot of my videos. Y'all gonna see that one pass by. That blue one. Yeah, we got 50 Smith. This parking lot here. That's the same parking lot where the two guys was in talking. As soon as I pulled up in that parking lot, workers came out of nowhere to work. You're gonna notice that too. A lot of places where I am, there is all of a sudden construction or some kind of building or something going on. Came over here across the street the opposite way this time. I'm sitting in a different parking lot. Why does every parking lot I sit in that's not in the actual neighborhood always have some kind of work seemingly being done in the parking lot at some point.
That's what I'm mentioning.
It's like they come around and do some kind of work. And
The
if it's no
construction
work
crew.
being done, I think that's Michigan driving up there.
Oh, in Michigan, I had a lot of Michiganders
if you're not doing some kind of work, then
at
security
my
come through
job
the
and
parking lot
around the
for it
area.
afterwards. I've noticed like a little pattern. Thank you. My hair, I just.
All these blackouts just me talking about stuff, me noting whatever has happened. Yeah, so one night I slept out in front of this place. But I have to find random parking spaces to sleep. This has been the only place that I've actually been able to stay at more than once because, yeah, honestly, I just haven't moved. It's been the same harassment. Security hadn't put me out of the parking lot. They only come through every now and then, and I don't think it's really to be security over here. But I slept in front of this place one time. Um, I had just, like, I think I had just turned all my money in at the time, so I had. Oh, you know what? No, that wasn't when I turned all my change in. This, I had money then because my card accidentally overdraft. Like I have all my stuff on auto pay. And so one of the cards I had overdraft my account. But it put like an extra $100 on the card I had. So I was able to actually buy me some stuff to eat. Got me some stuff to eat, a little gas. Yeah, my little extra stuff that I do because I had an extra $100. So this is, I decided to get up that morning when I woke up and I ate here, which was nice. It's fruit. They have other stuff, but it was a nice little fruit bowl, as you can see. It says "Live Smart the Green Way." It's really good. Y'all should try that. And they have food too, but that was once I just kind of mixed everything. As you can see, that's what it looked like before. And I kind of ate a lot off the top and then mixed all the rest of it, and that's what it was. And as you can see, all that frozen goodness, that's frozen fruit. That was good. So yeah, I was only able to do that once.
At 1:14, it left the building. At 1:49, it came back, and I think it was 1:52 when I got another text message saying, "Please enter my card."
So that's when I was at this place here. I was there. I
At
stayed there.
1:14, it left the building. At
My
1:49,
car
it
disappeared
came
from the
back,
parking lot.
and I
Now the
think
whole
it was
time I was there,
1:52 when I got
this
another
is
text
before,
message
like,
saying, "Please enter my
this
card."
when I still had money to be in the rooms. So what I was doing is I would try to stay
So maybe the card
during
that
the
I put
week
on
in the
file will
rooms, and
refund.
then on Thursday, Friday, Saturdays when it went up,
More
I
expensive
would stay in my car then,
than what
and
I
then
would
go
have
back
been like had I
in the
just
days
stayed
where it cheap again.
over
But the
there
money
at
didn't last.
the Golden Nugget
It
because
didn't
I got
last. I
these
was trying to make it
things
stretch, y'all. that point, I still thought I was going to be reimbursed for all the money that I spent waiting for this part to get fixed on my car. And so I was just trying to budget the money that was left, thinking they was going to reimburse me. And so this here is the video of me talking about how my car had left the parking lot. I've been there several times. Let me turn it down real quick. I've been there several days, and every time you have to pay for parking there, by the way. It's $20 a day. They say it's through a third party company who you're paying them, not actual Strat. That's what they say. But I know how that goes. I work for a storage company who you also paid a third party for things. So I know how that third party things work. So anyway, um, yeah, you pay for parking, $20 a day. Parking also comes with security, who's in the parking lot. Um, but the security is Strat security. So anyway, going in and out of the parking lot for days. Every time I go in, it dings. Soon as I'm going in, soon as I come out, I'm not even out of the parking deck good. Soon as I come out of that, from under that thing, when it closes, it dings. When I say it dings, that is sending me a text message saying that I'm leaving or I'm entering the property. Within 1 minute of you going past that certain spot, leaving or coming, I say within 1 minute, but I mean like within 30 seconds, you get a text message. So I'm there one night. I'm asleep. I wake up the next morning. I have several text messages saying my car has left and came back to the property. So I'm like, what the hell? I've been asleep since like 8, 9 o'clock. And here it is. I'm getting messages 12, between 12 and 2 o'clock in the morning that my car is moving in and out of the parking lot. And so what do? I contact security, which tells me that's an issue. They tell me that's an issue. That's a problem. No, I contact front desk. And that's what she said. That's an issue. That's a problem. And then they had me contact security. And I spoke with them, and the lady told me to go down to the security desk. It would be some guys down there. She said to speak with them, have them, they would contact Metro and have Metro come out and check the vehicle for me. For one, make sure it was still there because I hadn't even been to it. And for two, to find out why it had been moved out of the property. Because clearly it was something going on there. That's what she told me. So yeah, get down to them. They reach out to, I guess, the head security person who never called Metro. He just came out, just kind of did a walk around, asked me, did I see anything wrong with the vehicle? I pointed out certain things. Um, he went to giving me certain scenarios that could have happened. You know, if it's a rental car, maybe the rental place came and got it by mistake. And then I'm like, okay, well, why is it back in the same parking space that I put it in? It's been moved, but somehow it made it back to the same parking space that I put it in. So anyway, we going through all the little scenarios it could be. I'm telling him my whole concern is with everything going on around me, my concern is somebody trying to set me up. With all the stuff I've had happening going around me, losing my job and everything, being fired for no reason, being harassed by the people at my job, after everything I had going on, I'm like, okay, I want someone to check this vehicle because I don't know what could be put in it. I have to drive this around. I could be pulled over as soon as I leave here and something could be in the car. I don't even know what's in here. Like, why did my car move? They had to be doing something to it. They're either tracing it, watching my moves in it. So maybe they put a tracker on it or something, or they could have put something in it trying to set me up. So yeah, he looks around, half looks, didn't find anything.
I was pointing over here because I'm about to call in. Let me see.
It's been calling front desk, but she gave me a direct number to security, and a woman answered the security and told me to go down to the desk where it was two men who called another man who was head security.
To better serve your needs, the following departments can be reached by disconnecting and dialing those departments. To contact a hotel guest, please dial the I'm gonna call the police too, y'all. For wake-up calls, and it's
I should have called them myself, but I didn't.
Missing out the car or not, but I'm gonna call them anyway, just so it can be on file. If nothing else, if they erase that shit off their own file, then it can be on the file of my phone. That way we can. Hi, I was calling because I'm in room 2301. I have a vehicle that's been outside in the parking garage. I noticed that every time that I leave and enter the parking garage, even during the time where it's open, I still get a text message. So I'm concerned about why I've received messages this morning that my car has been in and out of the gate, but I was here in my room asleep and my car shouldn't have been moved. But I've received messages at 1 and 2 something this morning that my car was leaving the property at 1 something and returning the property at like right before 2 o'clock. So I'm trying to find out why that would be when I know I only receive a message when I actually leave the property.
I might actually show y'all the messages that I received too.
Okay, so let me grab a pen. I'm gonna get something and write down the number. This was about 1 or 2 o'clock this morning when I was already in my room since probably no later than 9 o'clock. But I was getting messages saying my car
Me
left
talking
the
to
parking lot
security.
and it entered the parking lot. So I'm trying to find out, like, how can I see? Do you have cameras or something? Okay, yeah, we do have cameras, but we're gonna need you to come down and make a report with us. We're gonna have to get Metro. That means either you gave someone your keys or someone stole your car and then brought it back. Yeah,
Y'all hear
no,
her?
I don't know anyone up here. I'm visiting and I'm here by myself, so
Metro
no one
needs to
has
be
my keys. My
called
keys are still in the
because you
room,
either gave
so that's what
someone
I'm
your
thinking.
keys
Someone
or
had to
someone
drive
stole
off in
your
my
car
car
and brought it
and
back.
come back. And how is that possible? So. Okay, so yeah. Yeah, just come down to the security desk. We're gonna have someone fill up. You're gonna file a report with us. Then we're gonna have you contact Metro, and then you're gonna tell them the make, the model, the color of your vehicle, and where you last parked it at once you get down here. Okay? Okay, and I haven't left my room. Should I go down to the vehicle first, or should I? No, come down to the security desk. Okay, where is the security desk? It's in the casino. Lady said they was gonna have to. So the girl told me to go down. I know my license plate number, but I don't think it's a situation I don't want to pull off, and then I get pulled over and they find something that I didn't put in there. Yeah, it looks pretty normal.
So yeah, he didn't move anything, y'all. He didn't really look. I mean, he didn't move anything. He didn't try to lift anything. He opened the door and just kind of glanced. We didn't call Metro, didn't do any reports or anything. He just came down, did a little round, and brushed it right off like it was nothing. He even went so far as to take pictures. I I guess I accidentally did not save the part.
No,
Because
I
I be
just
trying
asked
to
him about
record so fast, y'all.
he said, yeah, we won't hit you.
So I be trying to record so fast. Evidently, I ain't saved that part because he had videos. But let me tell you, he came out with videos from the night before. For whatever reason, he had no videos from that night or that particular morning. He came out with videos from the morning before, like early one some in the morning, where I had moved in and out the parking lot. So he showed me then moving in. I'm like, yeah, that was me. I did do that. But even then, they security, like the videos that he showed me, because he was like, he didn't see anything. That's what he said. Like, isn't that funny how videos just disappear of stuff when it's convenient, right? So he didn't see anything, no movement when I was actually getting the text saying that it was moving, but he went back to the night before where I actually was in it moving it. What that had to do with anything, I have no idea. But what the conclusion he came up with was maybe it was a glitch in the system. He showed me two different videos. One looked like me leaving. The other one I wasn't so sure about because one of them said the vehicle was gray and the other video said the vehicle was white. They both had the same tag. So why was the video showing that the same vehicle was two different colors? Now, I have noticed something else too. That rental car that I got, when I got in it, seemed to be a lot of other cars around me. Always at least one other car around me that looked similar, very close to that rental car I was in. So was the machine, like, was the video actually reading white when it was the gray car that I was in, or was it reading white because it was a white car or a lighter gray vehicle than the one that I was in? I don't know. Were the tags switched on vehicles to do something? I don't know. I don't think that was the case, though. I think it was actually the rental car that I was in moving, because it was a few days after that where I was sitting up. I'd been outside at the park and I was sitting in the car and I had my shoes off and I was kind of just moving my feet on the carpet and I realized a soft spot in the rug. I'm like, wait a minute, this wasn't there before. So I don't know. I never pulled anything apart or anything. I just started, y'all know me, I record everything. Ever since this stuff started happening, I've been recording everything. And so, yeah, I never figured out what, if anything, was put in that vehicle. I don't know what, if anything, was put in my vehicle because mine been gone for months with them fixing it, so to speak. Just a mirror. So, yeah, that's the situation that happened over at that hotel. This right here, this was another hotel.
See, look at God.
As you can see them looking over there, looking for the frisbee that they
God
were
don't like
playing with,
ugly.
because that's what they were doing. Throwing a frisbee back and forth. They
God
went
is
from the
funny.
top to throwing it over my car. Same people here. Harassment. I knew what they were
A
coming
walk of
for. I
shame.
seen them the day before. I recognized the energy the day before. Recognized the frisbee in their hand, but I was at the top of the parking deck with a whole lot of other cars, so it was really nothing they can do to aggravate the situation. But the next day, they came out in full force. I was parked down at the end away from everybody, messing with my hair, doing some other stuff, thinking I would get away from everybody
No,
coming
I
in
just
and out
asked him to not throw it
because
over
I
my
was messing
car.
with my
He said,
hair.
yeah, we won't hit you. I
They
don't know
came
what
right
you're
on
doing
out
here.
with the BS, throwing a frisbee. They started at the
It's the
top
dumbest
and
shit I
worked their
ever
way
seen.
right down to me. And then I asked them to stop throwing it
You
over
think
my
this is
car,
funny?
and their response was, "We're not going to hit your car."
These supposed to be adults out here.
And so Shortly after, I asked them to stop throwing it over my car, and they didn't. They just kept kind of tossing and moving around. The wind blew it over off the building, and I thought that was so funny. That's where you hear me say, "Look at God, y'all. Look at God." Because the wind came and blew it, and they left after that. Was no more frisbee for them because the frisbee went to the rooftop of some other building. I won't be the only one to see this. So, yeah. As you can see them. That's like right when they was making it to me. And they didn't came from where they was. So one was still at the top. And one was down there. Right down there with me. Can y'all not throw that frisbee over here by my car, please? Can you not throw that over here by my car? I must have accidentally hit the button and turned it off because his response was, we're not going to hit your car. And they continued to throw it. Eventually losing the frisbee. They have been holding on to for days. He kept coming out with the frisbee. That's why it would make me know who they are. Because I remember the orange frisbee. But they ain't seen. And then look how they throwing a frisbee, by the way. It's almost like they were purposely trying to make it go in another way. See, he threw it right that time, but check out. That's why it would make me know who they are. Because I remember the orange frisbee. But they ain't seen the one to play last night because I was parked up so close. So last night when I kept looking up and frisbee. See, it went right the first time. Kept coming out with the frisbee. That's why it would make me know who they are. Because I remember the orange frisbee. Y'all see how he threw it that time? Like a football? It's like they were purposely doing that. Yeah, back here ain't messing with nobody. Empty parking lot. That's where I was. Now, before that happened, I was harassed by their security over there. I was right there. Or at least that's what the person said. Right there in the corner. They were security because I moved from that spot I was in. Listen. And then here he comes. I ain't been sitting right there, 20 minutes? So what happened was I pulled in a spot, messing with my hair down away from everybody. You can see it's nothing down there. If you go a little bit further down underneath the stuff, that's when it's other cars down there. But in that spot I was in, was no cars around. So I went down there again, messing with my hair in my own little world, getting away from everybody that's coming in and out the building, going to their cars. I'm sitting down there and it gets hot. It's hot as hell. Sun shining right at my window. So what do? Move. I turn the car sideways. Again, it's an empty parking lot, y'all. It's empty right there about me. Not bothering anybody. Turn the car sideways so I can catch the shade from the side of the building. A few minutes later, I have somebody in a car coming down to tell me that I need to park straight in one of the parking spaces, not sideways. He was so-called security, but I never seen security drive through that parking lot before, y'all. Never. So it was strange to me that I seen security then. Kept looking up and saying, now guess who I see a few minutes later, y'all, walking through there? The little frisbee crew. So, don't want to pull off. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. So I just got back from getting gas, y'all. See here, eating my watermelon. I parked down here again. There's nobody down here, so I can finish my hair.
And I just looked up. There's a van passing by me. Dang, y'all can't even see it. It's parked now. When you know it's an Alabama tag. Thank you. Can you just keep moving along or find somewhere to park straight? Because you just can't be parked in 3 spots like this. Sure.
Y'all can hear the guy tell me I can't be parked like that. I don't even think that was security, y'all. When it all was said and done, I don't think they even have security driving around on the parking deck like that. So that was just more harassment from this random person.
Can be parked in 3 spots. 840 W90. Ain't nobody back here by me, y'all. I moved up to hide. So I just got back from getting gas. Thank you. Can you just keep moving along or find somewhere to park straight? Because you just can't be parked in 3 spots like this. Sure.
Can you just keep moving along? Or find somewhere else to park? Because you can't just be parked in 3 parking spaces like this. I was in a car, y'all. The car ain't even 3 parking spaces long, by the way.
Can't be parked in 3 spots. 840 W90.
And he sat there and watched me, y'all.
Ain't nobody back
He
here
pulled right
y'all.
behind me,
I moved up
almost, and then he sat there and watched me move. Like he wasn't gonna move until I moved.
840
And I had already
W90.
got to that particular casino, as you can see the name slightly there.
You can't be parked in 3 spots.
After I had already got there, we already had people at the front desk. The guy act like he didn't want to touch my hand. He didn't want to help service me. He just did it because it was his job. When he gave me my room key, he said it directly in front of himself, where I had to reach over towards him in order to get my room key. When I left from there, I was trying to give the guy at the front, when you first pull in the parking deck, that security person that sit down there, my key.
All those empty parking
and he
spaces.
immediately stuck his hand
That,
up like he ain't want nothing to have to do with me. So I just pulled off, threw that shit in the trash can.
Right there. All of that back spot is open right there. So I just got back.
So yeah, I'm just gonna keep going. It's the mirror on my car. It's me going back to my car, checking on it, and it not being, they moved it a few times while it was there, and then come to find out they drove it down to the collision center. And so I don't know, they just had my car for so long. For so long. This is, okay, what is this? Okay, because I was just in something. I'm like, what is this? I'm missing so many videos. Somehow yeah, I pressed over instead of down. That's all. So I don't know, y'all. Minute 19 second, minute, 1 hour and 19 minutes, 49 seconds into this video. I think I'm gonna go ahead and end it here, and then I'm gonna come back to show and explain to y'all the other video. So it won't be so long, because Man, this a lot of stuff, y'all. So yeah, I'll be back.